protesters, the teachers, the really recruited teachers. I want to get closer and speak to some of them. Chief, good morning. What's your reason for protesting today?
Oh, my brother, the whole problem is that we have served our authorities letters and we want them to respond to our letters. The whole reason is that we have worked for over years, over months, that we want them to pay us. We want them to pay us. But whenever we go there, they always make promises and then they don't fulfill their promises. So that is why you see us protesting on the street this morning.
I see. But this is a pretty sunny day today. Why did you choose today of all days to have this protest?
Yeah, initially we tried coming out, and then the last time we tried coming out, they told us that it was working hours, that whenever we come out, they will not agree to whatever we will do. So we decided to pause, and then today we fixed a date on the 15th of April that today we are all coming out today. Initially we made an attempt, but the attempt didn't hold. So today was a day that the Lord has made that we should all come out and then do all this. Thank you.
I'm just pretty interested in how much or how do you live in a day? How do you live? How do you go about your things?
It is not easy, my brother. Before man and God, it's not easy. Some of us, we are owing. Secondly, our rentals, and then let me say our landlords are also chasing us out. It's not easy. Some are even on loans whereby they need to pay their money. The living is very high. It's very high, my brother. Some of us, we have to even take car like thrice before getting to our school. It's not easy, my brother. It's not easy. So we are only pleading that the government should help us. It should give us a payment plan like the way they gave it to the nurse, so that we can also be okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So, Mami, what you would see will be some of the placards. They say we cannot eat nor pay our utility bills with promises. Pay us now. You are one of the gang leaders, people can say. How do you live? No one say you are part of the gang leaders leading this protest. Yes. How do you live?
Like we are living on loans. We are living on loans. The kind of hardship that we are going through. Like we cannot say it to the public. We rent, we pay fees, we feed, like a whole lot. How can you expect me to feed? How can you expect me to pay my rent? Right now I have a kid that I'm paying school fees. I'm paying a whole lot of bills. With the current situation, I borrow from my colleagues. Every month, when I receive my salary, I share it for them because I don't have any means of survival. That's the only salary I'm receiving. So things have become really difficult for us. We are pleading on the government to settle our 14 months arrears so that we can start something with it. I
see your placard. It says we shape minds daily. Yes. Read the rest for me.
We shape minds daily. Do not neglect those who build the nation. Pay our salary arrears now. We are building the nation because the future of the nation depends on us. We teach so that the children will become useful and prominent persons in future.
What course do you teach? What subjects do you teach in school?
I teach careers technology. That is my field. I'm building career. I'm shaping minds. Every day, I'm trying to build someone to become useful in future. And you are denying me. It says, do not neglect those who build the nation. We are the nation builders. So we don't have any way. And this is our hard-earned money. We have struggled for this money, so they have to pay us.
Your people are saying that they are nation builders. How much do you owe you? How much does government owe you?
Come again.
How much does government owe you?
He owns he owns 10 months and others 15 months.
But for you, how much do they owe you?
10 months.
And how much is 10 months for you?
Almost 40,000. Yeah, 40,000. Almost.
So how do you survive in a day? How do you survive during a month?
You see, for now we are on a payroll. They have put us on scale for now. So as for the monthly one, we receive. But right now we are just breeding for the areas which happened last year from January to somewhere December. So that is the one now we are pleading that the government will settle us. As he has done the schedule plan for the
payment of the nurses, we are also soliciting that he also do the same for us in this demonstration. So that is our concern for now.
All right. So, Mame, this is the updates we can get for you from the newly recruited teachers. And they've been protesting what they describe as an unfair treatment by government. They are protesting what they describe as 17 months without pay. This is the updates we'll be giving you for now on.
Association of Ghana is threatening to withdraw all services. And here's what they have been saying, that government has failed to disburse delayed allowances within 1 week. If government fails to disburse delayed allowances, now the national president, Ebenezer Boateng, described the situation as dire, citing worsening living conditions and tragic consequences if the prolonged situation it's actually delayed. The association says despite several assurances from the Ministry of Health, many of their members, some of whom have completed their mandatory rotations, are yet to receive any payments.
Statement giving us hope for change. Unfortunately, since the change in administration, all efforts to engage the relevant ministries and authorities have been unsuccessful. Despite submitting formal petitions to the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, National Youth Authority, Youth Employment Agency, and the Ghana Health Service, we have received no formal response or commitment to action. This prolonged financial neglect has had dark consequences. During this period, 5 of our colleagues have tragically passed away, and 6 others have been diagnosed with serious chronic illnesses requiring urgent medical care. Yet, we remain without the necessary support. Fellow Ghanaians, colleagues of the noble profession, these are our demands. We hereby make the following urgent demands. First of all, it is on immediate financial clearance. We call on the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Finance to grant financial clearance to all rotational nurses and midwives, including newly posted colleagues, within 14 working days to enable us to continue delivering quality healthcare services. Number 2, timely payment of allowances. We expect that within 14 working days of receiving financial clearance, our accumulated allowances will be paid in full. And I repeat, in full.
Of our country.
Well,
You know, Ghana is a blessed nation, and one of the things we've been blessed with by God is our gold resources. Unfortunately, we all agree that we've not been able to optimize benefits as a country from this precious mineral we've been endowed with by God. And one of the reasons why that is so is because we as a country have not assumed the commanding highs over the exploitation of that important mineral. And that is why President Mahama, in the run-up to the 2024 election, promised a reset of the minerals and mining sector of Ghana. And you've seen us, those of us that have been given the privilege to implement this vision in the minerals and mining sector, champion this vision of the president, from channeling our gold output through official channels to ensure total FX repatriation, value addition, traceability, and so on. But one of the things lacking has to do with value retention from large-scale gold outputs. If you look at last year, 2025, there is a very worrying contrast between what ASM Gold did for Ghana vis-a-vis what large-scale gold did for Ghana. ASM Gold gave us about 104 metric tons of gold, worth about $10 billion. And we are proud to say that
due to the visionary leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, through the introduction of the Gold Board, we're able to repatriate all this $10 billion ASM Gold gave us back into the economy, leading to the appreciation of the Ghana cedi by 40% and the economic benefits we are all enjoying as a people. But in sharp contrast to that, the large-scale mining companies in the country only sold just about 10% of their output, just about 10 tons of the almost 100 metric tons of gold they produce in 2025. If you add the physical gold stocks they sold to the country through the Bank of Ghana to the foreign exchange they repatriated back, you will not get more than 20%. So even though large-scale gold output for 2025 was almost $10 billion, in terms of real returns, FX repatriation, we got less than 20%. Why is that so? That is so because most of the large-scale mining companies we have are multinationals. And the agreements they've signed with the Republic allows them to retain, in some cases, 100% of the proceeds of their gold sales outside Ghana. In some cases, 80% retention, 90% retention. So what comes back into the economy is very little. But today we are seeing a change, the beginning of the change of that narrative. Not too long ago, we had Ghanaians, our own Mr. Ibrahim Mahama and his engineers and planners company take over the Damai mine, what is today known as the Damai Gold Mine. And we are happy to inform you that their first output, which is about 3,000 ounces, the company has decided to sell 100% of that output to the Republic of Ghana through the Gold Board.
I'll tell you, can you put J.J. Rawlings' photograph there, please, if you have it? We should have talked about it here. I don't know whether they have it. But I'm telling you a story that involves J.J. Rawlings, you see, so that's the important thing. Sometime during the Mills administration, you should have had J.J. Rawlings' picture because it's a subject. Sometime during the Mills administration, the NDC held, I needed to change the background so that I can start the story because it's, okay, yeah, that's fine. Sometime during the J.J. Mills administration, NDC held a rally or a congress in Tamale. Flight Lieutenant Rawlings, as former president, attended. In his usual outburst, he discussed something called Atta Mochiriman. Atta Mills was the president. Rawlings said he knew some mortuary man in, yeah, thank you, that's Rawlings' photograph. Rawlings said he knew some mortuary man in somewhere and that he likened Atta Mochiriman to President Mills. Admittedly, it was not in very good taste. The NDC had to respond to their own founder. And this is the beginning of creating young people with acidic tongues who speak, such that we now have the video today. We'll show you. Flight Lieutenant Rawlings came and made a clear comparison between his party people and the party in opposition and talked about it. Ato Ahoy, in writing his book, Let Out the Cat, he told us how they created young men to insult people. The book is entitled Working with Rawlings. It's by Kwame Ahoy. And on pages 2010 and 2011, this is the story. With your permission, viewers, let me read it so you see where this is coming from. So when we are addressing a national ethos problem, we can talk about it. A political party that has potential of governing our country should not be seized with people who are destroying the ethos and the soul of our country by insulting older people. Somebody says in America, he insults Asante, he insults everybody, and NDC will give him protection. NDC. Well, let's see. On the Friday evening after the Tamale Congress, President Mills called me on the phone. I was attending, this is Ato Ahoy speaking. I was attending an IAA-sponsored workshop at a brewery in the Eastern region. President Mills asked me whether I had heard the things that Rawlings had said about him to the smaller group of NDC loyalists that he had met in Tamale after the Congress. When I replied in a negative, he said, Kwamina, then try and get the audio and listen to it. I have been humiliated enough. I can't take it anymore, so I have decided to resign as president. I have already started packing my things. Don't try to talk me out of this because my mind is made up. I am only telling you out of respect because you were the one who got me into this in the first place. I panicked, Kwame Nkrumah said, but I responded in a calm tone. Please, Mr. President, I am sure if you didn't want me to talk you out of it, you would not have called me. I would have heard about your resignation on air. I believe you that you have decided to resign, but I am sure you are not sure you are doing the right thing, so you want a second opinion. Please let me consult with my gang, he called them, and get back to you. He agreed. So Mills was naturally worried about this. So this is the creation and the beginning of creating people to insult adults in Ghanaian politics. Kwame Nkrumah. All right, let's move on. I immediately called Captain Retired Kojo Chikata and briefed him about my conversation with President Mills. We agreed that we needed to meet with President Mills urgently and that I should rope Kofi Totobi Kwache into the meeting. After consulting with Totobi Kwache, I managed to get President Mills to agree to a meeting with the three of us on Sunday evening. Come Sunday evening, and we were at the castle around 6 o'clock p.m. as agreed. There was every sign that President Mills had indeed decided to resign. He had packed many of his belongings in suitcases and card boxes, and many others were strewn on the seat in the hall, ready for packing. We must have spent about 4 hours with President Mills. In the end, he agreed not to resign, and we agreed to take steps to ensure that Rawlings stopped his public humiliation of President Mills or reduced it significantly. The strategy we adopted, viewers, this is the catch. The strategy we adopted to achieve this objective was simple. From our knowledge of President Rawlings, we knew that he could not stand being talked back to by people he considered his subordinates. This must have been due to his military background, because in the military, the subordinates never talk back to superior officers. So what we decided was that anytime President Rawlings attacked or insulted Mills publicly, viewers, please listen, one of the younger members of the party will take him on publicly, not with insults, but with logic. That's a lie. It is with insults, not with any logic. Professor Kwame Nkrumah, let's get this straight. It was not logic, it's insults. It worked, he said, and the strategy proved effective. Rawlings toned down on his public criticism of President Mills. That wasn't quite true. Rawlings didn't tone down anything. Instead, he turned his anger on the young boys and girls who were talking back at him whenever he criticized President Mills publicly. He described them at a public rally later as babies with sharp teeth. The name stuck, but the presidency of Professor Mills was saved. This is Kwame Nkrumah's account. Is there more? This is Kwame Nkrumah's account of how he and Totobi Kwache created young people to talk back at Rawlings, violating what he called a principle of leadership that Rawlings had carried over from the military. The military institution is the oldest institution of politics from the time of Abraham. The military, the war military of Israel, they are the oldest institution of politics, protecting the king. Now, the disciplinary ethos of the military is what has kept militaries for 6,000 years. Militaries were fighting before Jesus was born. For 6,000 years, the ethos of the military have been the same. They form as platoons, they form as companies, they form as brigade. They were doing that 6,000 years ago. So if there's anything to admire about the military, it is the hierarchy of command and the fact that the institution works in unison, leadership at the top, and we follow leadership. Discipline is insisted and discipline is handed down. That's the ethos of the military. Kwame Nkrumah here is admitting that they decided to overturn the ethos of the military so that they will get Rawlings to shut up. And to do that, you have to upset the order, get young people to insult him. And then this is what they created, and he called that saving Professor Mills' presidency. And that's where the NDC came from. This is the background of Mary Usi. That's why Mary Usi is confident, because she has been called by somebody and said that, look, that Nyamiche guy, deal with him. They don't know that Ghana has changed. They don't know that Ghanaians love the respect. They don't know that Ghanaians love the serenity of our society. They don't know. They don't know because they have won elections by insulting older people. Mary Ewusi was there. When Ablakwa was insulting people, Ablakwa was made a foreign minister. She wants to be a foreign minister tomorrow. She will insult Eric Nyamiche. Look at them. Look at them. All of them heavily appointed. What do you remember them for? Insults. What do you remember them for? Insulting people. That's all. What do you remember these faces for? In the campaign. Insulting people. That is what they are. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Today you go on social media and you see that 80% of the account is playing back videos of these young men. Have you seen them playing back video of Lordina Mahama? Have you seen them playing back video of Amako Fibua? Have you seen them playing back any video of Julius Debra? No. Look at these men. The videos are them. All the time is them. Because they were told by Kwame Nahoy and Tutu Bikwachi that go after Rawlings. And the way you need to get Rawlings is that you see in the military, junior people cannot talk back to senior people. So talk back at him. Insult him. We will protect you. Nothing will happen. This is the ethos of the NDC. So instead of coming to sack Mary Ewusi, she's there. And they are crying. Why are you crying over a subordinate? A subordinate. They're crying. They won't sack them. They're crying. Listen to J.J. Rawlings describing the babies with sharp teeth. Listen to him.
Compared to the MPP, they don't waste their time on too many insults. The NDC, our mouths like acid. NDC people compared to the MPP, they don't waste their time on too many insults. The NDC, our mouths like acid. NDC people compared to the...
Does your broadband provider give you all this? Ultra fast speed.
Music is food for the soul. Hunt Digital Online is good for the reviews and what have you. All packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station. Hunt Digital Online.
So this is what has happened in NDC. This is what has happened. This is what has happened within the context of NDC. See Julius Debra. That's the next video I'm going to show you. He was weeping. At the event, Julius Debra was weeping for Mary Ewusi. Several days after Mary Ewusi had said something calamitous like that. And she said something so calamitous, and she's followed up with the worst apology ever. That if I said something, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Eric Nyamiche is a very decent man. The Pentecost people are very decent people. Because he could have looked at the invitation and said, I will send the general secretary. I won't show up. I won't go to these people. But he's a man of God. He has a big heart. He forgives. So he showed up. He showed up. What the NDC should have done was to bring Mary Ewusi to come and apologize. Bring Mary Ewusi to apologize. She didn't come. Maybe she was invited. She didn't go. Maybe she was told Pentecost elder is coming. She was angry. Because she's very pompous and proud. Didn't you hear in her voice? She doesn't care. She's Free Zone's boss. She has policemen. She has taxpayers' money. This is the way they use the power. And it hurts me because they will say that young people cannot do it. And any society that does not have jewels in their young people, they don't go anywhere. It's not every young person who is disrespectful. It's not every young person who is like that. Didn't Akufo-Addo appoint young people? How old was Abu Janapo when he was chief of staff? How old was Asensu Boache when he was chief of staff? How old was Eugene Ahin when he was director of President's Communication? How old were they? How old was Dominic Nitiwo when he was Minister for Defense? Did you hear Abu Janapo as Deputy Chief of Staff? He used to appear regularly on Kwame Sefakan's show. Did you hear him insult somebody? Why won't Abu Janapo do that? Because his boss doesn't do that. Because the party he belongs to does not support such ethos. It doesn't support it. It doesn't support it. So he won't do that. He's raised in that. He won't do that. It doesn't support it. Doesn't. But the other side, they were coached to insult their founder. So who is Eric Nyamiche? They were coached to insult their founder, NDC. We have to stop this. NDC can win all the elections they want. Nobody cares. But they have to keep the Ghanaian ethos together. The way they inherited, they have to keep it. If people were destroying and chipping away the Ghanaian ethos of respect for elders, respect for adults, if it was being chipped away, they wouldn't have met it. They wouldn't have met it. If we allow this to go on, one day a president will be introduced. They will say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the president of Ghana. Somebody say, oh, Fionko, Jimmy, foolish man. It's going to happen if we don't check these things. And we, the neutral people who are not political, I am political, I'm not neutral. Those who say they are neutral, if you sit down and you allow these things to happen, One day, a chief will be announced. Let's welcome the glorious Asante Hene and Gungun. Someone say, oh, tika kraka. Right in front of the Asante, it will be said. Because Mary Wusi said, Eric Nyameche should shut up and threatened him that if he doesn't shut up, he will see. All we got was tears. No dismissal. No nothing. Useless apology. Nobody did anything about it. Why should we allow a group of people who are hungry and thirsty for power to destroy our political ethos, our cultural sensitivity, and our religious tolerance? Why should we allow somebody to destroy it? Because they are thirsty for power. They want to hold on to power. They are thirsty for power. Mary Osi has spoken. Asidun Ketia. Hardly will you hear Asidun Ketia insult anyone. Hardly. So you know that he's well brought up. He's the chairman of the party. Fifi Kwete, I fight Fifi Kwete all the time, but Fifi Kwete doesn't insult people. He doesn't. Sometimes he says things that are not true. Like when he was doing his propaganda about, he was propaganda secretary, so yes. Go and ask the NDC, why did they change the title of propaganda secretary and made the national communication officer? It was Daniel Botry, the former general secretary of the NDC. He touted them on radio that how can a political party have a propaganda secretary? In those days, Dan Botry would tell us, check the meaning of propaganda. Propaganda means lies. Propaganda, it means lies. NDC, they had a role called propaganda secretary. Fifi Kwete was the last one to occupy it. Now they've changed it to national communication officer because they are embarrassed and they always like to hide. So they say it's national communication officer, but it's propaganda. It's terrible. You can disagree with people. Politics is about that. You can disagree with people, but would you insult them? Should we encourage that? Should that continue? And then when they insult, nothing happens to them. Absolutely nothing. A senior official will come and apologize on their behalf. Is Mary Usi a 5-year-old child for people to apologize on her behalf? Is he a 3-year-old? The grown woman, adult woman, she cannot apologize herself. She renders a useless apology and her bosses are apologizing for her. What does Mary Usi have over the bosses that everybody is so afraid to touch her? What does she have over the bosses that she insults the Pentecost boss? Everybody is so afraid to even issue a letter. Everybody is afraid. Because the NDC have 57% of Ghanaians with them, or so they think. And insult is the name of the game. Insults is the name of the game. Well, let me move on. Is there anything I have left out? Let me move on. So you saw Ato Ahoy. That's the beginning. That's the ethos. That's how it starts. And this is what NDC is. I'd like to see your comments in the comment section. Send a text to Good Evening Ghana official. What did you say? Let's see the Chief of Staff's video. We need to rearrange this when we are putting it out. Let's see the Chief of Staff's video. He cried at the church service.
Dr. Mary Osi slipped a bit against you. And I want on this occasion to commemorate my birthday, to let the whole church forgive us. It was just a slip. It wasn't intentionally done to malign our church. I believe sincerely that you forgive her and forgive us and accept us as your children. God richly bless all of
you. Oh no, yeah, you Pentecost head and the chairman. Yes.
The better no. Then next time.
Okay.
Ma form to that level.
What's in the warning?
The catcher.
Okay, so
yes.
From prisons authorities.
From me, Dr. Mary, we say the catcher.
Warning.
Yes.
Said then
next time we won't descend it to that level.
More fire.
So descend it back from.
More fire.
But yeah, no whole politician now. We will deal with him as a politician.
Something I can see you.
Yeah, the any diamano. Me the any diamano this time. Say what yeah, nyamini.
Say angwa wono so.
What you say? Enya angwa asem. Angwa wono so sa anko me kando kan ye. Ye mpesa me kire ne say ye the any diamano. Say what yeah Pentecost for chairman.
Okay.
Sa kasa na wo kasa ye no. A highly political statement.
Who's that?
Yes.
How?
Nanado etiase no, eti akonya so no. Na ukọ enkura mining communities na. Na enso net se mpampa utumi de wonsasa na gu nsem na Ghana ha na no Ghana
oh no Ghana
na Ghana ha na oni Ghana
no Ghana
wo hunya na wo hu
ye
ene je mu ba ye measures are put in place enso no afei etimi rane
stability level that
etimi e flow
no fire
Eti won't mean na ho nka nche se wo hu difference e bia wo ensuo ne mu ensuo na ni ate enflow se na nado time na ensuo no enflow eti se wo ye sofo na se asem a da ho a ye nokre wo se wo beyi wa sofo ntade ato ho afa political address ashe political lens akasa next time you be treated as a politician this time you're the best pen yes no ohwe so ni sofo djuma se na nado tena so a na ensuo ntimi enflow na ensuo ntimi rane na wuntumi ehye forest no mu ese Ghana no se wose wo ehum na ensuo na ni ti no e no ba be kasa statement ni ya the better no for this time yes no only ni sofo sem onjai politics my yenye politics unless it's okay so join politics or my hunu if he wants to join politics he should let us know next time then we deal with him as a politician but today you be man say or you suffer
Dr. Mario.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Next time,
okay.
Ma form to that level.
What's in the warning?
The catcher.
Okay, so
yes.
From prisons authorities.
From me, Dr. Mario, we say the
warning.
Yes.
Said
then next time, we won't descend it to that level. We'll descend it from politician.
He says bastardize the court because I say that the courts have done injustice to Jachikwisi. That is bastardization of the court. Is that what we were taught in the law school? Maza, when we are haven't you drafted a notice of appeal before? The standard formats for drafting notice of appeal. What are some of the grounds? That the decision of the courts below constitutes a gross miscarriage of justice. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of miscarriage of justice? You've not heard. Oh, hold on. Let's go one by one. Let's go one after the other. What is the meaning of travesty of justice? Hold on. What is the meaning of travesty of justice? You think that it's don't you hear lawyers words like that? Chief, you've had your time. Chief, you've had your time.
No, but arrogant minister. Once and now, boss, fix the problem. Sagan, on a man who Munan and Yaniwa, Nanzania post, Minim Salmoma minister now. I don't know how you people feel. On a man who Munan and him know, but today, a Jumana Edema energy minister. It is your turn. Fix the problem. So, wouldn't him now, Madum so, on a man who
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Aba we be ko wo ni aye ni gu ye num ase ye bom nyumpa energy minister and dey and ye bom nyumpa ameni obi nam light ne buy o se erade ye da ase o nam say eh sa asem yi say ba krum a ye be so light amangrofo aka se erade ye da ase abugina pofa obo to osisi ana resign enye sa so dey every 5 minutes brana be press conference Echre Ghana for vote out the free constituency by Biana me free me constituency but ntimi no nyina ye pe untimi nka hwe njirem yo my brother Ghana ha me hwemani me kasa sen wo nyina po Metro TV pen na woko me I was all over everywhere and ye did to me politics is numbers. So I will tell you, Dumuson, if you think you can't fix it, get out from your position. Mr. President, Sana Otanasi 2016, Makwamna don Kobano Abema false information, or made tarnish your image. Oza Betnabo, when Hosama disagree. You investigating team no mon con investigating your coso. Nothing is happening. Dumuson is back. The Dumuson is back. A Kufa Dumote so young who Dumuso be out. Mummaye na ECG problem. We say ECG problem. Mumma GCB nko twana life ni enwe. Ye kasa ya muntie. Matna sia ma MPP a place your monkrofo. Ewa aban ba bia. No mo sabotage aban we na motete ho. Na dia muni MPP for na aye namfofo. At a sudden muni MPP for abaye baako. Because ye Ghana for nti ye ni NDC for. Muntie Ghana ha na ye wono. You were NDC for her, Mimi NDC ni, and you were MPP for her. And Timontiasie.
There are moments you remember.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. Travel.
Friends and family come first. Tesco Mobile.
Corona ya waswa esum kwa na yehu esum suhum kromu ha nyina yetum baby ya yetum aden ede light off ade achi apre cost of for you omo nam tugu eyi about time for you omo nuane tugu wo fridge mu ko for fridge sei aden ede dum so na na do ho mo se na dum so nyesi aso ede dum so suhum for yenda light mu 3 hours in po suhum for yenda light mu 1 hour po aden she kro na da ho sum kro na da hatum uhu hai ba ku sei aden you say aden fort be
when that show in the coming days the youth wing of the NDC they will launch it so up yeah because government has refused to give us a timetable so yeah they are pay but
it's a ukofia no have app on the
so no
location
so our light because somebody would have entered say we need lights obviously can't say more light next week we'll be launching the app it will be on Play Store and it will be on iOS
Zoom app
yes Zoom app
Jojo Payado NDC
I was off
I've seen my year of joy. This is my year of rejoicing. Aha you do, onyame ya bio. Nana nyame, so I'm mastering now. Aha you do, onyame ya bio. Nana nyame, so I'm mastering station. Aha you do, onyame ya bio. Nana nyame, so I'm mastering.
we made in son of pay. Reading the Marfosti Ochina and the Ghana Gospel Artists UK branch. And so, and as a UK artist, and no, Ochina, and Omenya 10 years. And the Omo Inshishane Basso, Marfosti in a pamphlet. Marfostiano pay church yao. Ochina Mwenya 10 years. Ghana Gospel Artists UK. Ken Brick in a pump for Yabuating and all the various artists in the UK. God richly bless all of you. 10 years experience. And yeah, easy. And the Ochina will celebrate almost 10 years. 44 minutes past 9 o'clock. I pay. Hot Digital Online UK. And there you hear the most of the audio soundbite because you see, Techaman Pro, everything you say will be used against you in the court of law. And to be able to keep no say wo kan na wa kan sama o chinebi wo ni wa ye de esusu wa na yetu say yes esema na wo kan no na unim nia wo kan enye se bedru bebi na ye say ye doctor wo tape ana so say nsem no nya sa na me kan no utie Paul Adomochri anope ya enura no ye program no che say NDC fo no bebre na no atem didie no nipa bi and orchestrate say one did founder natem. So they insulted the founder. And on the man Rollins car say babies with the sharp teeth. Na atem didie no there's a reward when you keep insulting the elderly people and also you use abusive language in your foul player. Like I say, you'll be rewarded. Into which position say ukujato a blackwa and some work kanye odi dimpin fo atem ke kansem twantro sa anyame na ndo wa be foreign minister Sam George ke kansem Kufuado you wicked odi di nsem bebre ene oye communication minister Sami Jemfi nsem o ke kan no odi dimpin fo atem na o ka no nim nyansa na just nsem bebre omo na no they were groomed by some of the NDC leaders to have said, say, that should be the hallmark so that they can insult people. And when you insult, we'll give the protection. When we come to power, reward you. No one sem and a Paul Adomochri. And there it, you know, no one sem and a yeti bia. Now, pay yeti sem ni be. What it's also your views. Any wa drinche e wo sansensem ya Paul Adomochri dia tudwa na ye Mayday e wo Ghana nti Mayday mostly dua na workers enso dia no ntinde workers no ebehwe dia ebekoso titu e wo oman Ghana ebi ewia no ebenya news no na yetie omo ensem because na nsen na ebinum su ye ntua ye nka ye ntua sika mbaye nti Mayday for workers and there a yomoda na you two anamon so ba UK abonten so a yebekai John Major and now ye prime minister na John Major din sembia to just say Britain must not keep changing prime ministers, say John Major has warned in a broadside at those who treat politics as a game show while leaving big problems to the next generation. The former Conservative Prime Minister accused today's focus group of seats politicians of thinking their job was to provide fodder for the media and project their own career, while delaying action on complex issues like healthcare, pension, and climate change. In an interview with the BBC 5 radio, Newsnight said the best aphrodisiac in politics is hope. If people can see a change, that there is a change in atmosphere. He also said he felt very strongly that the reluctance to make difficult arguments of big issues also demeans politics without a new generation of young people who value public service, being willing to enter politics. We are in deep dodder, he added. Sir John Major was Conservative Prime Minister in 1990 to 1997, winning the 1992 elections with the most vote ever recorded for the British political party. The 3 years later, he faced down internal party division, challenging his rivalries to put up or shut up. He defeated Tory MP John Redwood in a ballot on his MP. Some have also suggested that Sir Keir Starmer, rumored to be under pressure from rivalry like Angela Rayner and West Stretton, might do same. Sir John Major said the fate of individual politicians does not really matter as much of the development that we also experience. In the meantime, it means that the Americans who have 2 terms of president and then stop, I think it is sensible. Now, he said he was not going to make this mistake, giving advice to Labour Prime Minister in public, but warned that the job of being MP is undoubtedly getting harder. In part of as a result of social media, most of the big problems we have in this country at the moment are long-term problems. Sir John Major said, one, that leaders were avoiding actions of an aging population to the cost of healthcare and pensions. And the tough luck chaps, he made on and on and on. Now, he's giving an advice to the Prime Minister. He's not going to advise the Prime Minister in public because that is not fair. But he will say it he will say it as it is, but he will not advise the Prime Minister in public. He's saying, there are divisions. And when we keep changing prime ministers, because what is happening now, if the Labour as a party, during the course of the ballot or the vote, to vote or to garner a vote to ostensibly say we are going to scrutinize the appointment of Lord Manderson, where the majority kick against that particular motion. If that succeeded, then it would be a dire consequence for the Prime Minister to be rolled out, especially he will relieve off his post, definitely, because there could be an early elections. So that is what John Major is trying to say, because when you look at America, they have 2 terms. When you come, you perform, you'll be given the opportunity to go for another term. And that one is sensible. What is happening in the UK, he finds it very ambiguity. And he finds it very ambiguous about the position where we found ourselves in now. And that is what John Major has also tabled yesterday when he granted an interview with the BBC 5. And he was saying that this is practically unattainable. And it is not going to work when we keep changing prime ministers in the UK. And he said, John Major says the prime minister not to go to university was inspired to enter politics after a chance meeting at the age of 13 with his local MP Marcus Lipton, who arranged a visit to the Commons. He hopes that others will still be willing to follow. We will say to young people, we need young in politics. If all the talent in this country concentrate on how can I earn more money, how can I avoid public service, like the plug because I don't like the idea of it, then we are in deep dother. Until John Major, who didn't attend university, became the prime minister of this country. He one more time. In fact, when he won the elections, there was an antecedent of John Major. I can recall that he said the journalists should assist him to govern the country. One journalist said, you said you want to be prime minister. You've won the elections. So what do you need our help for? Do the job and then we criticize you. So that was what John Major could remember, that a journalist told him that the buck stops on you. You have emphatically won the elections, and then you have the modus operandi to govern the country. So what is your modus operandi? Your modus operandi is to govern the country for us to also criticize you unreservedly, but not to help you. So the journalists made it clear to the Prime Minister that we are not going to help you, but we are going to criticize you. If you do good things, we talk about it. If you do bad things, we talk about it. That is a work of a journalist. Journalists don't conjure. You don't create a gesture, or you don't say things that you think will flatter a Prime Minister. But when the Prime Minister does something wrong, you have every legitimate right to criticize that person. That's what a journalist is supposed to be. So the Prime Minister was answered on that particular platform when he met some journalists to help him build the country into work-class MPs, and then the people who are not into politics should get into politics. In the meantime, Unity Link Financial Services Limited happened to be our proud sponsor this morning, and then today the rate is I think 1512 as at yesterday. Unity Link Financial Services, the mobile money to obey no debt works in Ghana, cash pickup to 18 banks and all RAB banks in Ghana. Airtime top up is Unity Link Financial Services Limited. They happen to be our proud sponsor. No pay. In the meantime, Rehoboth Social Housing for Ban Densie 2, 3, and 4 bedroom houses. Rehoboth Social Housing, mine Ghana. Na almost is a dime bibria. Unye be able to me and so near my negotiations at Toby. We trade for the next 11 years. Omo number near +44 791 737 6631 and +233 244 7644 99 +233 244 7644 99. And we Rehoboth Social House and the pay and so we chidom. Idas shipping phone so a ban set to ope se udu nyamano ko Ghana for Idas for form sooner uni omundin komo 65 Upton Lane, Forest Gate Echo 7 9 Premier Bravo on +44 794 +44 794 736 1067. Containers any personal effect how they call Ghana no na Idas shipping and pay and so a boy chidom. Minka also say fatherly visa travel and tours. A ban on sell or passport visa, any airline ticket. Fatherly visa travel and tours. Union Francis L. Frisbee Park, London, November 4, 3 Echo Green on 0207 619 3843 and 079 3965 6111. Tiano, a fatherly visa travel and tours worldwide and pay and so a boy chidom. Almost 57 Stratton Road. Menka also say AJN and Co Limited, their chartered accountant business advisors, specialists in preparation, annual account bookkeeping, self-assessment, especially for Uber drivers. AJN and Co Limited, the kinds of mortgages and remortgages, one-stop shop to arrange for your general insurance, your life cover, medical health insurance and protection, P45 and P60. And we are AJN and
Chill. This was say once for the cool rule at the point of mic you again.
And here Queen 12 million to pay and chair. And opens mean Kyle say open media walls will fear. TV a the Bob Bang to a media walls. And no a ban of loft conversion, extension, kitchen, bathroom, and flooring, and a driveway, etc. Nina as a group for a bit me a shama, but me says you feel be able to create one room be and as a self-contained. Now the mahaya to me the 2-year mortgage, you know. But what the answer Elbe Fred as a group for +44 794 306 0283 +44 794 306 0283. Until no as a group and pay and so boy you know.
They just love me and I love them too, man. Mr. Tardiation on AS Scandalous. Penny boss wap.
Didn't the Ras Bonsra and the Ras Michichano pay na kinkisi and Kyle say Bano Dokno Shoe Fear. Na get some Walthams to 163 165 High Street, Walthams to near the Nationwide Bank. to call Ghanaian Bianina no unbeatable prices. What they also been no dodo na for 074-824-22505 and we are na kinke 0743-074-824-22505. Tiano a na kinke. And pay so media dance here back home amount say Star Motors and so a ban of servicing and repairs on all make of cars, car titu, car bebrinano and omiduhu, akotine papa banu engine, gearbox, clutch replacement, exhaust computer diagnostics, MOT, while you wait and etc. Efficient and affordable. Star Motors Ichakwan 1 Pretoria Road, Tottenham, London, N17 8DX. Now 8 Delta X-ray behind White Hart Lane, grocery shop near the train station. And to which me are from was 079-5856-0059. And also says 079-44-995651. And now 02088 020-888-03275. 020-888-03275. And no Star Motors.
Etwana no me ti se belwa yehuwe me husana manane me husana manada me husana
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Odds Digital Online.
Rhapsody Apartments, so drew Ghana to now call Ghana, which me buku precope discounted packages. Rhapsody Apartment, North Legon, Soa Peace Lane, Ablo, AJ, Honomwo. You can book now. Now, Airbnb into open 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and now say long stay. If you are not 1 solid year, which means you're my Sanchi no your Rhapsody Apartment. Now, which me Fred Ghana +233 5538 30229 +233 5538 30229 and +44 744 5311 265 and your UK number +44 744 5311 2656 and +44 744 5311 265. Into no a Rhapsody Apartment into your apartment to do Ghana titua na say and no udem so na wotumi agwakotena ho wadwendwe ho kakra electricity there one over slot into Rhapsody Apartment and pay ubetumi nso email mo rhapsodyproperties@yahoo.com mobodia shannon so emayen a clean fully furnished double room available in 2-bedroom flat Camden area. Rent is £720 per month, inclusive of all bills, free Wi-Fi for 078-241-86222, 078-241-86222. Tianuhun semno. Na menka say Step Ahead Foods, Ansu Ghanaian Nyane Titu, and Omo Ediaba Market into all the major shops now. Ubenya Step Ahead Foods, Nyane Bebre, Woho, Omo authentic Bankun. Soft golden tropical bread pano sanya freno nature say ubenya Step Ahead Foods in Duane ni bebre call all the major Ghanaian shops now. Step Ahead Foods in Duane no wo which open dodo nso a which me afre 074 9765 6309 074 9765 6309 as admin at stepaheadfoods.uk nt and who no E&J Handyman, a banning carpentry west, door fixing and hanging, fixing of kitchen wardrobes and wooden floors. And here E&J Handyman on 07432402117, 07432402117. No E&J Handyman and pay and so ebwe chidom. Enti me na yankola no sindin command.
Jesus is
Okay, the young queen nine to a good and son of Jesus is coming very soon.
Coming very soon. Messiah is coming very soon. Oh.
The line is right, she because soon in command pay or the guitar online UK one more time. Young queen into Mammy Sawa into one of them. Mammy Sawa into you. Mammy Sawa into you.
Hello, Mr. Valentine. Good morning.
Good morning. Into one of them.
I'm such a wapum.
Yamio.
The bearer, dear Seja. Or do ba na what you see more ye na Friday or do baby. You see, Yammy Hong Kong, so on your wadom. No, no bamboo for no who we are on found good dress with you when you were pushing for. Now, yes, there was so more than the mountain so and none of paying shouldn't come. I was near and none of pay. Why am I? And no one may yet see audio so be titru. May dear Yana men Pama so mimiti audio and I'm the Beccamasum. Pod I don't watch it. Ya dana si bebre ni nim de ne dɔɔso te sɛ wo Valentine ye nipa dodo sɛ no ne nana ya okese no ne anka Ghana betumpon because ebinum mpɛ no korɛ radio yi so korɛ mɛmɛ binum aye ɔmo ho sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo ba ɔmo so ɔmo nka no korɛ na ye no binum de bɛma no korɛ ye adwuma wo krom ha ye ntwantro wo ba no ado fa saba no wabɛka wasɛm na wokɔ hwɛ ɔman ya yetimu sɛ dum so me ye friend say napo ebe ka say ye odum siesie ye awrade nyankopon mo wabɔ musuo waka asem ani kwan say ye ka ni ebegina so me ba ye kra mentimi ankyia ye mpanyimfo agya ema titiru oba ya ni dickness da che hema nana ema umba radio yisu na sister aba said oba ya abobodi ne mema no Lee Fred na no mini Fred kosia ichese nyasem ketwa ye maame afia sapon ye dana si bebre Dickens so ye koso a birthday no on oni ni saa nyame aye ne kese osom boma ye na me de nana yi nana so nana Luton kwa me Peckham a owo Ghana kwa me Thames Smith na nini ba no abetoto ne nsem so ya artificial intelligent to said ye beyo o se no kura pa de nini si na nipa no kura pa ni kura wotimu no kura wom enso so nini si won ka bi de ye kan say dum so say Valentine me say ye ko store de ye mo bro de cheta wi si o aban bosia me say wo mo kamu papa enne wo dio sa wo bobo ye akuafo enne ye akuafo enne ye adwumayefo da de be pa no mo ka kire adwumayefo chese bibia nkoso wo manim galamse mudina na ekufu adu atem ye radio yiso me ma mata me tia me ma na che eya mama ne kwama ne makasa bi ne duru me bia ne nsem no eya na duru me bia eya ne duru me business wotifia wo hia obi nto oba bia na obeka bi na chese wo de akekere ne wure no akotena se na ye ma mata pa galamse pa o mo de ye ne wa wo panyini Van Dyke, I galamse de bia oba no ka ho asem. Se de galamse o mo nka ho asem ba akokura na goldi. If you say ye man panyin si gold body, ono na ehwe o man yi, yo ba ye wontwi adwumayefo ka. Mo si inflation yi kosoro, BBA edida na kwam. Ekoba ne sei. Se school na no na ya kase interview na yi education minister na Akufo-Addo nipa ya no wo hoyi. No what America education will be a wako school or no be a school ni bi America and she say or de buy ye shed the my school why ye be atroka and today be a multi Ghana for ko machi na Ghana for dem me say edro ne de so o mani so a say de ye sre wo nyame hon konkron say what it o mani ema ye na social media ne de dum so no bi ti America timi dim panyimfo atem hu ahwani awusi wono so why doctor wo si ye fra wo doctor na ono nyame nipa ono ka no kure na kire mo papa ikro wan kan sembone enso so asofofo ni mu bi betena mu radio yi so a no kure pa de so edidi atem odidi sofo na atem no waye ade na no sofo bi betena so ebe kan ebe bo na ba so se nyame nipa ka se ene se ye ntimi mfa nipa nkonsuo first ye di mimi free ayi bosia he ya
yate
ya ekobo yesu enso se wonte nsuo bibia ye basa na papa yi kan asema na papa na okosu yen ne de dwure da bra ne de tsf yi o wo chese wo adan ni be kan se Pentecost fo omo platform bi omo wo so omo declare say this ayi aye beto abai omo nya omo dwe say NDC fo de omo nto aba ma wo na papa na okosu se chese for Pentecost for behuni mobo na ye hu say oh abepacho ma me na kogina national television so no papa na cho wo ade na nu masem a wakati papa no nyesa pa de a ahota e fe na hoto
that's it Marcus enti o na yenko kwampeka
yo ada morning me cha mi an mo e for na 3 minutes into me cha be me kan nyina bo mi atia
okay
Valentine and then me about my back is down your friend said galam say wa sabuka and you know the implication is that I need to actually
oh that
I don't get it sometimes
on casa NDC on casa
okay on casa but since you know back the implication I will say
oh well person say now he was furious about previous government but this time he's but Van Dijk there's still an no can
that's so draw attention
well so no time be or the very Van Dijk they be about Marcus who called yes so yes ro because almost
okay 3 minutes quickly first of all Otebu be a boy na akwado so ye ndisi ni na all countries so no say MPP for me necessary Valentine me say sabe ta fracture Ghana is a very crazy bunch of people then I make a show because asem all can way very dangerous say Ghana property electricity company na NDC and MPP there now to me make his claim say MPP for necessary Valentine I said, you can see a choker, Harris by your boat too. I mean, one
ministers who crack and the one who could you be able to.
I don't think I just said, you're jokers as a people. You're some like a kind of taking. As some we are by, and you're very, very serious. As a government position, the minister want to be like man, or you need to from because in some way I don't to take the kind of say, it's because of what they should go and find the money because I don't think they're doing it. Then I don't be a make say. One is politics, and you're very funny. I don't get emotional about stuff. Send me one more year, I have 2 NPP. So I don't want to get it. One more time will be 2 4 years. The painful thing in all of this is that they will speak on that time. I don't know. I mean, subject I'm right. Valentine, maybe any time you follow. Allow to listen to people. Maybe I will Valentine, or maybe I'm not but maybe someone will come and maybe talk at your mom. And I only have Francis New Congress, maybe about all the class subject. Now, as someone moved up, Valentine, I challenge anybody on this radio. Sir, or free Ghana, 30 years, 40 years, 20 years plus, 10 years. The empire, they have majority in Ghana. Yeah, free education, I know they will come and say free education. I think you need good day. But the infrastructure, I can't to commercial route.
I don't know where do these things come from because you can say there are so many things that you are not abreast with. But they be the way you want it.
What do you mean, sir? I'm not abreast with stuff. I go to Ghana, see stuff, and
but what do you want to see? Because you in one breath, when they are doing certain things, you don't agree. In one breath, you want this. So what do you? That's why Marcus. That's why I asked you. Say, what do you want? Marcus. Sometimes I ask you. Say, Marcus, what do you want? Because you keep flip flopping every day. Until sometimes I ask you. Say, what do you Marcus want?
What do I want?
What do you want?
A question I would be testing me and
I say. Maybe then I will pay because only a we see where we here. No, we be now airport. Airport. Bia. Wow, okay. Into what do you want? I ask you. But
what's it mean?
Airport. Marcus, you there? Can't send me straight. The young queen. So I just want to remind you. On this same platform, I have the mandatory to listen to you every now and then. And the Uba, edu baby, no watch Yakakra, na Mr. Marcus, na Martino, now see you wait there, wait there. Until Marcus Minian, until me minimum, until Woody, don't go there. Anytime,
Catherine is on far pictures of Kumasi Airport to Metro on there.
Catherine, also.
I'm from Malusi because we 2 minutes in the
oh, so I so crazy. Tiana Fessino, Bissum baby.
electricity, water, roads. They are serious people. I don't need a car, because the whole thing is about party.
Marcus, I don't know. That's papa. We all have to be straightforward in our distributions. We should not keep flip-flopping every time. One because Kwame into you, Uncle.
Conformidation akwenya. Mentia edikanfo amaba yenu aba ma me se wa me tenenka che ene ma tenenka. Pano helma me na fe ye communicators nyina the Ghanaian communicators are omo etu omo ho si ho say ye adwuma pa.
Marcus say ya Kumasi airport so nya time.
Confuna say anopai ansana meka sakra enra me cross otano e mi video de bechere o senka obenya kwan abo akere o tiefo enim se mo tie ne ekoso bia but it's worse than what I saw yesterday. And see Marcus ene ya me kokru from nti se emreba mu na metimi me fa ho a me bomoden ayede na the woman say enye de se na da bia me kan no me a very positive man but ene ade nya enye o je o ye ho hwe ya enye ye mama mu no me no ka se sisi e meti NDC fo fie enso ne o se me ka bia me ka ne tie pa I me okru from sisi a ma se nchen sisi a na me ka se o mu nyina ye NDC
ni ana
me lam ka chiro enti
na kwa me wa chiro.
Oh, and I say you to abawie na mama ni anka e wo Kumasi no you to abawie 7th na no mo sha se so mo e ha ma dwen adana na me to free Kumasi ko last year na you to abana na ne wo mu ne say nyame enura wo ye madom de me edru eye Kumasi me nya kwan e ko kageti Dubai me sisters bi mo ho Valentine enye de obi e isi apene o ton aye nto sa so ko kageti Dubai hoyi pese me bo
I don't know muntu yi
oh mo enya ma aba from me kese me sister no muton kwame o se ye mi sampo ne yakase ye ba ye no wabidia no ani se ni pare shim o sore na faka efiri atimatim ebetena eye shop wa ye nto ade anka hwa me sensi form eba PZ minua pa o ton batteries and car ties opanyin ye wo mu ni se ye ntofe
I don't know muntu
I don't know chese ne wo mu ni se obi nim ne adwomama eye chese nipa ni sika wo ne bottom na wabisa ade kura no obi nim ne awoye ena ni eno achi nyina na dum so eno America na Patrick ena ma show me location me se ene ma nye na ye no bi enye se for political interest and America say on free train very ate na omre Kumasi abonten so on the streets of Kumasi na onante se na American onto fuel na fe onya de onsan ko bisa ye adwadifo no on fa Roman Hill down see insanity am for reason so emre PZ onra kageti Dubai na so ye bemma etimi boni dey so ye ndisi ni no so obenya na ho totroto a obeka ma yeti oh na se ne aye koi chese me ahase kra enra omudum light America se na se mo na mkofa ne bai masimi na no se ni ti na ni fridge ase na mse a ene se mo bai na aba me kan e oda me form twe obi aba enye na mse ante oboa o ka so obi aba enya na kufu ado bai hu difference enti ni America ne se Valentine enye se yeni ne ye han o man na say Mary awusi asema okay and they won't say when we talk about the moral decadence tell ene ayre fro man mu a ene penny a wobot ma yeti ye hu ne far by say we are talking about nation wreckers the politics of insults we have seen the genesis of it Mary awusi ade a okoye Juros de Braco Miami and any assessor 7 previous as a friend that crocodile tears. I mean, what was actually running through his veins? Say, Obananti no sakina, and an ajade, Nana Valanta, Paul A. Bisase, Unjunia, what is so special about her? Paul, you might not know, but Adia said, be a web BS watching penning Fubino, or Montimen Pamono. As I said, would you grow and some of the Bababo and Teno? Enti yentime kana hwe enenti na atem kese ati sei obi a hwe ne ha te se 7 previous na odwan hwe ade ma no sa na tie enti ne tie ne se wunu amedi si no enye papa apart from doing so no network nye adwuma papa mama say aso mu o mind da eno na me how say wabu say kapapa o ni pamono kra oba ye my so anka me no problem what be bu o mind wakotre fie nwotwe wansua hwe
kwa me okosa no wan twa no so asembe ba Kofi Francis ntio
Van.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Van, sir, Mary, we say no. I very, I know a young lady why as sir Patinomo. When we say Okostande wa Santi Akim, Achimo, Jakim, Okostande wa, or more no one win, or Jijin no man now. Or Jijin no man, or a very stubborn woman. And now, quickly, let me get on Nini. Van Nini Bano be sad decision. I am manning young Cosa, say MPP for employing for and yeah, approve look, when MPP was in power, did you ever heard that we didn't pay our workers? Apart from graduates, unemployment graduates for the common pay scammers kakrano. Say nurses, teachers in no manoma. I pay Van.
That's irresistible until you bend.
That's all. It's just trying to mislead people, which is very bad. It's not good. That's not the way to talk.
Or I should ban him from the radio.
Oh, but you know what? We can't talk.
Francis, don't start with counsel. Wonder by no woof. By one apologetic to me.
I mean, woof because what is going on in Ghana is not fair.
I mean, now woof me no my order. So you have to be apologetic. So the way you spoke to me, and then I was asking you to stop. You are ordering me to stop somebody. But you did the same thing today when you came. You should have been apologetic to me. So, but you didn't do that. You are rather sending a signal to me for me to tell somebody. And that is not fair.
Bitterness a woman muna make because
you don't want to understand.
Bitterness a woman and then me bush need that Okonfanochi. Van, can you believe that successful governments no man Ghana? Ghana is not a good country, you know. Yeah. Me bush ni koda hospital. Koda Okonfanochi. Van, omuda ose muao. It's very bad, you know. We are in 2026. Omuda ose mua and a car park ne ono. Doctors in the form of carni, we are nobody mattress no man. Yet no so sheton Okonfanochi hospital. Look, Ghana, you know, Baba, we've not gone far. Ghana, Ghana, many and I catch himself. We all bet that Okonfanochi, you know, that prison poor because prison, Okonfanochi, it's very bad. We should look, governments in Ghana, they should invest in our healthcare. Healthcare, and here, very, very bad. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Nana Luti Yentio, uncle.
Yo, me da Sevan, Yamin Shroud. Didi can me chair bushing up winning Obaya, family. Mam say, wa, Mammy Dickness. It's a man Dawson, in Yamma, yet Chiamuyana, you refidino.
Okay.
Bra, and Raman Casa, na Enedia, Mamin Casa Cacra, if we say, I request someone a walk while you say, what dear, what started ya would ball or somebody team no. Bra, section pain from finance to down to education to just a ministry pain obi beka say enema ekoyi. Oko gold border almost say woman sika ensuo nyina say Oko economy a almost say woman ye economy ni ye a yentime ntade dollar ye and so normal boarding obi ba begina ho a wo say yate mo so and so ensuo sachet water kosoro and normal in just bibia kosoro and so ni egina ho say yate anwa so yate aburo so okuani akoto na buro ato fertilizer for na buro no because of say enipa ni sika wo be 20 no ade na yefo enso yento esei hwe koko ene gu ho no ma yento ibra nurses teachers obi esu enti change na Ghana for si wo mu ye changes no bra ene de wo he ti omu changing MPP at the NDC by say ye the more basse enipa mra mesofa John Mahama ye ka de chere Ghana for say papa we ye will be a owusu bempa kan say di onyankopon aye no wa dome no wa de enomi agu ni tiri so oba bedi oman nanim a oman ne kɔ apinisie ɛkɔ akete kɔ amanie mu Ghana for say MPP for moyɛ den a mobɛkɔ hwɛ deɛ nurses kan yɛ enti ɛnɛ due yɛ da yi enti changes a Ghana for yɛ no ɛdeɛ mfasoɔ na aba so sɛ wo ba ya ka kyerɛ wo sɛ wodi dum so ɔba wodi corruption ba wodi atemdidie basabasa ba bra na me onse na me se me di twa to no me sere oban ma wa mama nka be ye me ya onse Pentecost for insulting ne ba ye no me farm anu ntumu efri se NDC for di opoku nyina atem kan sema kesie gu opoku nyina so na sa mre asofo bebre wo Ghana o man te se omo Pentecost chairman man te se oba bonten kura ba be ka se ade amoye enye na sa papa we na konwa so na maba betena onse ne adane na yedi ba be di onso enu ti ne ye ka se ukoko fa jata ba fie na so wo ye okra udi eja no na se wonyini a ubehu enne wan ba bi ode akofiri chairman show enti NDC ede na kire se onyankopon di nhira ebe mammo matimi di abu oman yi so kaseti anyame nipa na ode nnome aba wabusua ne wo fie so enti NDC ennome na aye moma papa nyame
hello
Mr. Valentine.
Akwa David yentio.
Yango po shawo pa awesome Ghana. Adishe e ha de ide wo biase nyina bedu sabre mu. Okay. Nana Lutin shawo pa na bisa. Mamsewa obaya na so ekese ko bekam yango po so omo ba mai kofi kofi asempa na ye ananse example so be shawo pa. Sanso and Fred is a two form. Nakwame Obribon, Mammy Fies upon Mammy Lasapedu, Dickness, me and a massy Lana. What I mean, a chamina. About a now, you know. I take it out, yes, then will be erranty, go for errant at the Ghana. 3 days, and I say a week, and I say a month, and I say 1 year.
You know, okay.
Okay. Electricity situation in Tanama, over down 2 days, 3 days, also auto electricity. And I say,
answer no Kaimum. Oh, just a bua. Che one gas out, maybe a days I will know. Peso maybe I say 2 days, and I say, yeah, because we go on or you should be a go into the company. No, say air condition or Antino. Be the usage, you know. But Oman can say be a do so intina.
Okay. And then I'm saying, so Obi Betron 1 week, no to bed 10 million guma. Na say kwa na the can when they omofana.
Okay, valid question. One maybe son why.
Mama ta me show pa mama on ma fa koto anya kwai also oko obatujum esuan ka ho enso enra mi pete wonka e makwa ba oko mpedu ebeju mpedu sanse onka ho ajibari na ejerika e show ba and this data ma bisuru wo no say on say empanifo no almost be more than a picture atro direct. Into almost say was a transformer and almost a preceded that day. And Colano so Mokashe and Colana Jumu. And in Colano, almost as you. Oh, MP before and a association Roban, and before and do no. It is your mama. So wanyi omo nyina di amfa NDC for hey Ghana mutu amna kam Ghana nyina gumu NDC for kwa no mko adwuma wo ministers ni hey omo ntefi ase o sab Patrick no ne Kwame Greenwich ni no nyina nti e no nyina agwadwomu no say woni mo wi ano ohwe no ti o mkasa ne so musi ema wo submission nanka ye obia di nanka NDC fo nyina agogo na bra ye obi nyina di kura fa NDC fo ko na o mu huru so yi enti wo mo no o mo kan no kura nkyere nkwala no o ma ko ya say o pe kwasi agro nanso o mo mpe na wo o mpa bo ntan o baka different no maka nkyere nkwala say mo ka mo ka say MPP fo and o mo so asomu MPP fo anti anu mo ntimi nje mo ntimi nye mo kan no kura nkyere kan fo say ye ntimi nye enti papa show mo nya bote na nguma ye na eduru so a na moto abado eti aye eno anu na jomejo so asmo kan no me be fi say essential ni ayi for o mo na ni yi
ade
o se mo ami na ye mu o man no amamu akoye enso ni awie o enso ni awie on say o se mo anu no o ka say mo di atroma no say de baby fo di atroma for no rabi
o say abofo no level of thinking is different o ka sa no or no say wo na wa priest obe ejuma to ya de papa no na ya bo de papa nso ya ka
no
ebi ono no
o ya de
eno de enye journalist na obebo oji abitio agbada bitio amemwo no eye business and governance na obebu nti obebu man a wo no ya to abama nti so be ka say journalist mbo wa o state de nti a oboa wo say bia central for nyame ya papa bia no mun kamame munwa na o ka de sa ba so ka sa munwa me a a very hypothetical statement nti sa ni pa no be ka say yembo wo say wo na wo say wo be president and ya to abama wo ya to abama afi de wo say yembo for what
no na wo say kan central for ebusa de say yembo kana say say it's all much better no no ko fira say ka say yembo oni o so be adjuba de adjuba wo and say ya mutum bi o enti ade no ekoyia bo baba so enkoyia na maka che no en ne friend say mo bo o man no okay enti me visa o mo na ni ye kra na say o kan no o man tiase o mo fa say African mentality then so no me visa jomejo o kanya sampa sam mo mo ami obi a wo ya de bia wo anye ni bia no so ade ni ye gu ade a o kan o ya dey o fa de wo kan dem on pa de ni ye dia e na o kan onye dey on fa timi de o mo na ni ye kro de on wine
all right akwa David Rusu de no Fred you
you Valentine
yeah
Pitia ma ni adwuma papa Mitia sofo akwa David a owie sisi a ohene kese na say mitia ne ye papa aja tofo ye brother Joe Jema Boga Kwame Peka ma wa beka sakro obrimpone na Kwame Thames Smith no mitia mo nyina ma mesa wa yenu aba oba ya captain nana aba Dickness mitia mo nyina me anopay me put Marcus challenge Marcus beto ye challenge say 30 years enie BBNC wo Ghana enye sa no kan no
no bisa
o se hwinsi kura ye
well okay
o to challenge say successive government
then esi uzo kan bie
yo o man panyini kufuo ba ye o de NHI by
okay
or the better interchanges ahoroa akoso o minum road networks you can say power generations ekosoro hwese ya awura akufu adobaye mpakadan railway line obeye bridge itwa across akosombo the longest bridge in Ghana omutumi to Akosombo River so Bank of Ghana building fufra. You see, every secondary schools in Ghana, over 800 and something, almost 900 secondary schools. Infrastructure networks are a common. Hospitals agenda 111 na osie emu hospitals in Kitwa a course so efa Ghana fana bebiara na free SHS e ba ya chire yen koda nyansa hwese 30 years down the line and na school for bitumi ye drone e mani to feriem ye boat edisi nsuo e mani float na ye adwuma ɛnom no bi ɛyɛ nnwuma a ɛsisi wɔ Ghana yɛn mu bi yɛ nyare awerɛfire na wahu unfortunately akamfoɔ yɛbɔ yɛ man no aborɔ paa yɛyɛ awerɛfirifoɔ nnipa bi a meyɛ appreciate wɔn paa ɛna yɛ nuanom awonafoɔ yɛ nuanom krɔbɔfoɔ ɛne nkranfoɔ one epeke NDC to one ho as a tradition. One won't forget that tradition. No say eye katakata eye basa basa. Some boot for boot and no move to say ye be the party neba ye nyeshe mawon and so no na won pe. Ne shock no mu ye share hoy Peter Mewu the only MPP MP ye obeto mu from since 1992. Abattoir, the only MPP MP that has happened in voter region. Senuma Peter Amewukoye wa voter region. And so, one sorry to Aba Etiano in the next year. Na Shadi Biu, Asantefo, capitation by one and a John Mahama abaying day capitation a koto one so. Yehudum so ye, Ashanti region, the na West Emma Abrewa. Sorry, be so wo bedwam ne ba co store any munamu nyina asay ne businesses asay asante fortuna say ma do mama kodina ho diatro e kire won say kejetia na MPP baaye omo nye hwe wabra akwan ne nneoma na ekoso only say yanti yani enwie nnwuma ne bebre na yakoto aba ama NDC ne ma owura mahama yi a atro afa won no mu ena wahu de on baaye won de ye Ghana anasefo ne teacherfo akranfo ye ntu ye mafo na yen so no mo ba omo sorry tia yen hwe me ex girlfriend ye police penny abayi baaye o kire ye can say district commanders regional commanders ne ade police mpanyinifo a yɛde ɔmo atototototo nnwuma na no baabia yɛ awonafo sojafoɔ mpanyinifo baabia ɔbɛfa bi awonafo adan na mo yi twifo firi mu na mo de awonafo ɛhyehyɛ hɔ na atwifo no yɛnso yɛwerɛ fi yɛ ho sɛbe kakra bi a yɛde bɛfɔrɔfɔrɔ yɛ ano nti no na yɛdi akyire mama yɛhwɛ biribi yɛ ne yɛnsakra yɛadwen yɛ nananom ɛbɛyɛ koko na saa nkurɔfoɔ wei no yɛ nkoa ɛwɔ kokoofo ase ɛne ade ɔmo dɔ koko as nkoa ama yɛ nananom ma ɔwɔ bidie ɛnɛ wɔn sɛ yɛ koko business no ɛna wɔn mom abɛyɛ adefoɔ yɛwia ɔman no ɛde ayɛ adefoɔ what are we doing?
Mama, thank you.
Hey, since we come bra. San na de che en parable. Na fefie ye wo fie. Amen. Hwe mami se resident. Menye politics for party. I do politics for my nation Ghana. Man can show. Unti amko, menye card. I have a card in my heart that my ancestors fought for Gold Coast, Ghana. Nzima. Ntimama sawaman control. I warn you, you and your gang. And I ban. Na you pray no debate. Only
Mama Tati.
Only Mazaban.
You said you are ready for everybody. So when the occupational hazard comes, try to be abreast with it. The point is, Ossie, you were vociferous and attacking the previous government on Galamsey, but these days you have kept mute. Mamata, your husband was a lawyer.
I want Maya. Mr. Bisa, even a Makofubua, as I'm a Nigerian.
Exactly. So I'm not churching.
Master Mamma can you when you nara? Mecca Henara, Mindo Parliament. Antamata, Galam say, Yamben, I miss Tate Mokwa 2016 up to now. Into Ayan Wadana. Galam say, Makanda Galam say na wajabano. Oh, remind me in Australia. The Minka Kanka Kan waji rapid the brag of the Australia. Minka then be no atase. Minka then be ne Ghana, one katase that fought for my people. Now, so what can history pa into a book with dance for your rule Ghana for more than centuries and centuries and centuries. So the power is there to talk. The power is there to talk. And a grace and so many besiaben, so bad anti grace, antimatter. I want you today, you all.
I don't want.
You know the power of the power of Ghana. Who started it? Go back and read the history. Go back and
and then they charge. Oh, obviously, you are ready for everybody.
Yeah, good morning, Va.
Most spend a crack, and matter. I say, tell me, I don't know, I'm ready, baby, and women and a crack here.
Yeah, mamma, no nonsense, and Sunday never born, you may be born about Sukama.
And then they were charging into your year.
Mechia woman boy a cheap drum. Me kind a Bethany say Petrus.
Okay.
Auntie Amas, Sister Joa for Joe, Auntie Quatman, Auntie Grace. Didn't dos. Okay. Okay, man, Kaya mon fan chemi, a domino dos. A man was for the sister Badachi man and me, man say, well, how I come see our baby so better to you, media, ye baby.
Okay.
A bona basuma kwaba.
Yes.
Ano pay. Kakra me can say, oh, ya me nyina ya chia mo kwa me a free Ghana am chia pa. The American no pay ni say. Enra. Minim say asempa na no okoboy wa man hwe ne life na me hwe social media.
Okay, asempa.
Thank you. Na asempa. Enra na no wo ho. Enra de me re ho broso. Va.
Yeah.
Senya a trot but they say money wo yi empoano and wa be pamo yem ko anti na yanto aba no ama no. Nipa said that shatrofa Dr. Koboy. And now one person says, what to me say, opposite Nissu Gufom. Timmy shatroto no so war hina no what test you. While blank to kawa him from them. Timmy shatro say defense value projector $10 million. It's your family, one name puano. Yes, ye my woman. Okoboy diabua begu wose be ya mu be pra. Hey, 2026 ye go nipa gini bi say eti wo manim. Na nipa ti mi atie di. Say the tape Paul Adomoche de ka propaganda. Na nipa ti mi daketeni sumi yesu including Fred Casing. Think nine agie di atu abeti ya Dr. Okoboy. O ma yen twa ye to wo mpoano se na nya no nko a wo se wo mo kansa fa ne mo aka se wo wiate sifo esika akosi hospital ama how akonsi mo ka so a adana mo ye wudifo sa aden ana mo ye wudifo sa papa kufuo mu twa trofa no ho na yamfa nye ye MPP fuo oh nyahe ye nyina ya Ghana fo oh for de and then Napo, this is the second time we didn't third time we didn't pay in a court. Papa Kufu. And so I say a Cremoni Papa ya we could do a trust and aha. Yes. Sanapo. A yellow no one in you fake. And you know, why ya man, Napo did not go to court.
Serious libel and criminal law.
Yes. Your mama, so one and the solo more than passo, and so one cut your mama some da. Na pa why ye yellow wedding no. Not what they sad year we atono, so nan can a per jamanaka. Come in money this way as Antony be my da. And then I'm this support as Santi Force German and car, oh, yeah, oh, family, yeah, dear, what by yes, I'll come or buy a medu at them. What come here, make count? Take for that. Shavan, may car some way, Nami dear, because holiday. Patrick is solid, beer. And it's not a some black gala, no, it's not a Cicero, I'm some black gala, no. Yeah, Nami Sibusan, the mammy say. And also no bakun yes I can't say one year and this in a da what can ye damn me casaya will be me to say.
Yeah, question could do.
Aha, Cassia could do no Valanta Busan say. Ah, now what about Abecanasa Mabaya Cassia could do? I don't hear this in this in me a CPP or by one Modiana and Pine. Me say Abaya Kakra. Abaya Kakra, Wabeka say Ibrahim. Bravo, Tana, or can't say Ibrahim. A trian installment, no, and you're on the kai. And you're never catching up some Buana. John Mahama can't see what so ya Santini. I'm not surprised if you had the need to fear. Nankanyesa, John Mamma dear Santa for terminal. So we end this in Nina Wonka. Now would ya be or ya and a MPP no ya Santimemu. Eh, can't who was I be defended? Tiny now, what do we want for a terminal? Who was I be defending? Me did that one day was something for date metal. Me back as 25th of March 2005. What me be yano? And so no baby no ma catch will say. One ma kusune na sefo. Wo mo ba busa wo mo say. Ye be yano so mo de ya kasa busa wo mo mba. No ma bo ma no to free. No am wo mo ko. And ne hwe me catch le ma kus. Ma kus wa baby asem ti die na fle. Wuti bi wa wasum. It's more propaganda na dan ubeyi anom say dan me afi because say my phone say me nua be ma preko pentin say bi wo wa ya me bu mani gus
yate
mo bu mani gus so a mama papa jeje edi atam esa ndani nyina pola domo kirabo ana mo de tisi kuro yim akufo do anum wimi no agya ne kumo wase ya kanfo wase de ende wo tia akufo ado eti say akufo ado ne ntampe mo radio yi so saata mo de na mo ntin sema na ekoso afa mo na mo tin sema ekoso ahu mo nyina mo beje mo de anim go ase abeka mo nyina papa yo yi wo ba wo di atama di valentine ko atem watem ye to ne foda so ba no abeba na ba so enti de ya kan say ya hunu genesis from atem didie enti say no ya wusa atem didie to aba tit for that ya wusa trot aba tit for me chantro me kan okore na ma wo be chatro na me be kan okore na ase me bo a metimi de agyew mo asia na nanom
yeah that's it hello Uncle Joe
Valentine, good morning.
The rare patriot, Uncle Joe.
Me try to say.
Welcome, now say.
Oh, we be about.
What do you football?
But Dr. Mahmoud Ba me antina me nam. Me da se pa, me da se. Na adano so o kan football no me di je pa.
Oh, football dey check me di kan say yeah serious. Because we Champions League cause we are.
Enya se bito.
Bayern Munich ne PSG. Nti esa na on. I say who nipa bi wo a ono fo say o de o pe Ghana here to esenya sa o. Football no abrofo no omo no me kai krom ha na FA boss e wa ha o ka che na ntechi say so person aboa no football mu a e wo Ghana league no be boa no me kai pa that was the time na ye ni Zambia be bo friendly match wa FA boss no was part of it the former FA boss not current one told us if we need an assistant for our football growing now be boa but Nyantechi did not administer to it. Your fan say business be na forming a team be which is not going to help anybody. Oko World Cup the expose any beba because only England kwakoba the materials or war need the football fraternity ni nyama we put in place in now. It will expose you in World Cup. In Ghana. But the point is we can do it and do it gradually. Look at French countries. Inti ano na yeka.
Me no ya pa me da se pa.
All right.
Na your friends say me chia busuafo nya o time no corner that man so me chia no pa na your friends say time wa o de be ye o mayi no me nsan kan ye meba nyame adu a meba me ba me pese me hu time no.
Time no
be no send me
6 walk on no.
Mpa yo say
me 6 walk on me sure.
Oh, okay, you. Valentine, me cham chrome search na before so phone na oba ya one hwam. And your friend say abusuafo Fred ne abusuafo ni na me chrome search na before so phone. Valentine, na wunyi ni say President Mama say unu say tete no Nigeria ana mebo.
Yeah, tete Nigeria kakra ya.
On say ho no dum so omfa enfa nya hwe e na omton generators pa.
And na just say dum so no sua fi Nigeria, say na person.
Yes, and now one media minim say one omo ye generators no. Omo ebi omo found on na ni presidency no. And as a party no. And you know because 2016 or buy no. Say na generate 2016 no me call Ghana. Say na generators ye bu Ghana no. Na nya sem to especially Kumase. Is yam say no omo ye.
Kunkum kofo.
Mpa just say.
And also kunkum kofo nti I say smoke no.
Yes. One so on fa ho.
But I'm sure that this time they be on ko. On better no ma solve.
Because it's too much. What you say? And my second issue here, your friend saying, Martin said, also for me say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and ya dear, your friend say, bet me about power. Now, onye in the background, onye nyame, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, mumpo, onwana nyankopon ahyira no, no beto to omani yamaye because omani they are swallow. Si enya nipa bi say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia o ye technocrat, innovator, was I economist, politician. That's why I'm a dear so a man enkoye.
Okay.
And your friend say me last issue and I'm to say your friend saying your friend say me to say a gold board form say Ibrahim Mama. Wakoton gold no nya no wakoton bi ama gold board for me dem me sira me ka say o man no state no and take over and free da mines no so to say the Adamus dey no omulusu ye no a state no e take over no temporary no e what say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia power I was state ni because say nya nipa o mutumi a money gold Ghanaian engineers near the idea of making a money gold no. Yan take over. Why? It's a said the man for back room. But I see Yami sure I bekasa.
You Uncle Joe, what's up, ain't you?
Yeah, morning.
Morning, but one here.
Could you make us a free side?
Could you do a bar and say, man,
yeah, never before the doors.
Oh, yeah, we train out do which you have to.
And yet, I am care. Bank of Ghana form statement Metro Abonte.
That's right.
It's a majority press conference on the non-person chairs.
I know more about the losses, Nana.
It's in a bank and for my no more the Oma be make statement.
Okay, me know ya.
And today no more ye. Omumi antias and this for me antias where Yanyam Kwasiafro. 2023 yetiha e dia na sem na Mahama wunyina nka. Mahama crowd here. Tama Bank of Ghana the state and mile or from Macron nyina. There is proof. There is a video on YouTube. How could you see Abu? That time Ghana economy was in crisis. Now there was a pandemic going on. And no crano or from ne crisis be any honor. And then they must say, "Mudia economy ni." Economy be no we ni. Moment me da be na kenke 83 5 pounds 5 cedis eba 2 cedis.
Okay.
It's economy be no my ni. No va me pesa wo kire me because me ntiase.
Che any dey kwosoro che dey wosoro.
Oh, this is why I'm a bar me kase sa and this for number am be kasa no hye me bufuo mo. Oh. Because say enye say tribal politics no mo ya.
And that's all they have an interest in party no say contract be now be enya BB free man. Cause they won't come and sit here and defend this nonsense.
I will try. Where's no where?
Oh. But I'm at home because me can make
what you are making a very good analytical point. We just want to listen to the content of what you are giving rather than so be included with abusive language. It's not going to help the matters. Until they can let's listen to you. We are listening to you.
Yeah, starting here no. And I'm starting and I'm manipulating the currency no. Yeah, can Musi yenyai mo na munim de mbetimi aye. Enti sa artificial insemination ya muye na nye sa gold a omokoton nansen ya ho balance asem ya enka omo kan kra ka be bedru be 40 million
billion
yantra ma mo fan tro da bia na mu din tro ye nim sa ye mu bi entimi sa ade no omo bi so a no ma pontom sa kire se ye ni nyansa Wa you call ya where ya nko baby out. Because the way politics are divided, just obia obehwe na okasa bia we interest. I mean the professors in ya turning omo into political dogs. Professor Timbe Tron who sa do enye pan so obe defend it. Obe koko him no ni amana contract be. Obe koko him no that board be so. Then we sit here. The near queen hon one thing I discovered last year. So politicians, so almost circle no. Or year a big cry a family. Tia kono. Shia. Almost saying. Because they benefit. And the ordinary Ghanaian no. Or be bra bread, you're the 12 year crowd. Shane ye mama a go on social media. Basa just okosku wie ko nya hwe not in life so Antonio ho na papa pani bi abon brave no akofa no to turn your mama no ascend in life not to social media that any influencer e dia no be kire nkra na edi na chi
no correct
near ti ada bia na ye politics ho politicians omum die bibi macro ne nko irani enka Ghana pa hwe the way it Africa. A dear pan is stop here from saying Cabana can develop here and Kaudia can shape crack here light in 24/7. Common light crying to him in Naso. And a cohedia a galamsea you show Ghana. Ed Tancred new cry.
Yati, could you end us? It has papa.
Another
workers what to watch it. Timothy whole point. Joe Sudan, if only you name corner now near Pong. There, time no is shanty. Yampon na yanko.
So, and there was a holiday so Naja, our Ghana, and what to me about a very Jumaya Mayan, Namichia, name Madamela, and your captain, Dr. Vaya, Mammy Dickness. No what fashion and now we are all Baba to us soon, and also for the Ghana in the Miniam outside. Quotation be were John 10:10. John said, I came to steal, destroy, and kill. John 10:10. I, John Mahama, I came to steal, destroy, and kill. Say, you was a baby near where I knew you here. You were Kufado, and you were Baumia. And as I say, I'm on that catch the pounds of many because baby, I'm a Bamasama mechanism. Yankupon, funny bona, a chapa and a wato, but a bow we part dear. Then what tone in them because when so one tone in temper, they have come to steal, destroy, and kill. King of darkness, Wapajan is also Waba. Wow, Ghana no. And as a Ghana for you see, a football in such a nipa, this and so. And they don't saw him by you know, when you're coffee. And then you cry, work up for your Kobukro, you Yakanyan, the other Ghana. Because also the way on my structure the enemy here, you see the man of Kumasi no press conference here. No shit. Doom so levy. I buy you from July the cine. What is 5.3 billion? Now 5.3 billion. No, you be some say, and what he again a modia ye. I just doom so. And now we have chrome high inflation. High inflation, you know. 3.3. Ghana inflation, 3.2%.
It's about 2 point something.
Aha, well, I mean, you have to be updated. Well, now who's the hormone as a worker sign Yama way? Who to say artificial? Because chrome had inflation at what 3.3, no? And no crack was low. And so one computer can be a more. What is one pounds in the acquisition?
If you are not structures, natural. Okay.
Again, natural. If you now got to say, you have a cutting place in crack or so, I don't want. Oh, got to say, your tom biscuit weigh 5 pounds, one, not a 4 pounds, one. A vector pass and one who's over Konya in 1990.
Okay.
And so, Ghana, which I was a rent and the activity, which I was a school fees and the activity. Because I was in the water, water. Now, what you want to be saying, you know, when you know what's a fool, no money in your account. Now, I buy up a journal, a group, I was to be $1 billion. What you go with the stabilizing CD, no, send a very cost because the cost of inflation, of course. Near me say, I would say, yes, $10 billion you will pump it. Over to me, those actually, that's to say. I deal with monumental thing when you decide to go. I waste of money. Now, because they have money diversion strategy to stifle the money to do corruption over there, you know. And not why you don't want no more yes. Meanwhile, so you the inflation about for me and reflect what Ghana.
Okay.
Inflation in 54. By 23. Me about the 5 cities. And then inflation about 2.2 say you bought your Gusubo a broke now 1 bag 1,002 and then a broke bag about 450 and so still you bought the 7 cities 10 cities a good quarter of breast near about the 5 cities and now which how no matter how any cost only idea a bank loans see your Kenya me majority for can say 16.7 billion that I'm saying no me ever say I was there. And the Domahama Memo, and in the Bank of Ghana, director, so president, so whatever, so to be Boka. Me every time I say, I don't can buy ya, was near the suppressed inflation. Inflation is what you who be on enough, you who be, and then we are welders, we are seamstress, we are tailors, we are cold store for hoteliers, for nightclub, Nika for. The event organizers near this obvious because you can't also. The thing is, I never went in a year and Cosunia did. No, I say, I have a check to Coco Farmers 2.5 on the ground, almost have a tissue about 1,200. I mean, now, I didn't have to with Yamaga who were Ghana.
Everybody have a good weekend.
It's near selling and said, you have a woman, nothing more kind of state. Tell me, electricity, no, I will rely on solar, a renewable energy. Send your pay, put 100 cities here, over 50 cities. It's young, I am for your info. The mayor could have for 4 years, but I tell me that.
Okay, me that's it. Greetings, my wonderful family. My sisters, me were from India, me Shramu. Me nam Ghana recently, I nega me fat and my beach road. From a crime, go to a canal, oh my ESC defense, nay, me say. Now I was really wishing, say, many a time. Now come up with a whole new baby, not to say, my enjoy the breeze, nephew, and Puno, Puano, Nebano. So what's I say? Not because me, Yakola, I see defense. New one, I said, no, man, she sent it's so beautiful. So I said, I made them, I admire. Now, so we share Obi Accra capital, a capital of Ghana, Accra. Now, or to make us see defense near Abu or did to Musa, a Abu, a debabe sin who can son to me and call number 2 and Puanwa. Now, Uba baby say, Uba bisa Ghana for say 30 years I then akoso Ghana 30 years I dey akoso Ghana ni say ni ye ko Burkina Faso ye na Burkina Faso ye ko hwe ni akoso ho enye na I World Bank be ka che say the best thing that has ever happened to us is free education. And young people before by any president and nana to me decided by like a moon my dear side free education and kede babe and then STEM education TVET and or buy or university woman all the investment in United States now. It be still be so be ejina be tina nti ye ka chere say ye ka chere Ghana for ma bom ho abro ehia na makwakofa abam so na me de manusi no MPP for MPs na musumu ya against Ken for attant mo barbarism and then sa ye di mining nya ama wo friend den Ibrahim no and some yam holding, see some babonti, but can't say we against Mube demonstration, Muberiza, Mube Bibia, and a person yes, I 80 or 120 for an unbeginner when you bring home. A person yet some monka, Mombranam Yembe who said we are mamma, Nana, Namu to me casa. One time it does say.
1 minute, Kobe, and Yampon, your time, Nasu.
Yeah, a minute, Tiao. Metrema can say, yet, also. Ewo Ghana no nti se ne ehu bi ba radio so be ka se Ghana no me koya na mianim no kwasem ya na bibusa me ho nsem bebre ne nim no di kura nsem ewo Ghana the reason is say na me no ka se edum me nkasa bebre shop bi wo ho no ekura me enipa ya adwuma wo nipa na na do bre so no ye kwa adwuma ya ntade kura nye 10,000 pesesa owura mama baye ohene ebu o ade no mo de bedroom no ba na yato ade ya to ade ya bi 1,000 akoso a did say no next week I will see you nipa for it because ya anyere ye ho a yeso ye boka na wo hwe omo workshop we aduma obi esu sisi hosem ya kan na Ghana for end.
Okay.
Na me won na asema mpese me busa na me de manu si se. Enti Ghana no se obi efa kwan bi so de sebi wo mo adwene mu ye ham. Na obefro Ghana banwa no na afei eno ma oye no ekum oman no ni mutifo a. Yet kasa ye tenase amane 4 years asuma na. And I'll be bien why you bet my appointed say. Oh, mine said, yes, me want to say, Mamma say, no. I was a Ghana phone, you sorry, say, on Sifo.
I'm on 4-year mandate.
Meaning, sir, I'm out 4 years. But then to come nipa or brain nipa or say, or minor. Yeah, came out 4 years and on so.
And I just say, here. Repeal of law in the constitution because the constitution gives the president a 4-year mandate or executing 4 years now. They are two about no call. But if you want such things to happen, then you call for a constitutional breaches. Into that one, there should be an amendment by subtracting that mandatory policy. There, or say, if there should be a clause, any lacuna in the law, not just a honor. Ombe state ye nyama bi wom ye be sakra nyama bi ansa na yedum personal because for now no you cannot impeach him because they have the numbers. Until you cannot do that you cannot call for impeachment. When you want to impeach people, they have the numbers.
Our parliament.
Exactly.
And the whole Ghana you do say.
The whole Ghana then a referendum but the whole you do they have the numbers the 2/3 in parliament. If you are calling say MPP fu na efre say we want to impeach the president. They need a 2/3 number in parliament. And the 2/3 has been granted to the NDC. Likewise,
Ghana phone sorry say Aban ne deɛ wɔde aduonu na akosi na ɔntena ase.
Ghana for sorry no sorry, Ghana for don't sorry. No, they believe in that cardinal principles of voting and exercise your franchise. That's all. Into ono there.
Ɔhene ne yɛ akyɛ Ghana no ne yɛ.
Anti sakremu na bia be sakremu ne me no yɛ, but for now they cannot do anything.
Because mama de oil na wɔsi epam no na yɛ de ne kɔkɔt. Na nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ kura a wɔhwɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so na wɔsi yɛ de ne tum. Meda wase. Ghana for bɛdwene wɔn akɔkyi. Ne ahyɛ aseɛ na ɛbɛboa. Meda wase.
That's club ya so there.